News alert. This is video that we just have in from moments ago from Los Angeles. This is according to multiple ICE and Fox News sources. A U.S. Marshal and an illegal alien were both shot in L.A. this morning. It was during an immigration operation. Both at this time, we are told, have non-life-threatening injuries. Fox is told that federal agents surrounded and boxed in a target. That target then rammed federal vehicles in an attempt to escape.
I cannot believe what just happened. And we were actually sitting down getting something to eat, and I saw this. I had to bring it to you guys, so I want you to check this out, and then we're going to wrap this up when we get back to the house.
The feds fired their weapons. One U.S. Marshal was hit in his hand in what initially appears to be a bullet ricochet. The target criminal alien was hit in the elbow, we are told. Both expected to be okay, and they are at the hospital, and we are awaiting an update on that situation. All right.
And just take a few minutes, dial the number you see on the screen, 270-467-2426. Give our friends at Chapter a call for your free Medicare consultation and see how much is available out there in savings. Make sure you're ready and prepared for 2026. Their info's down below in the description if you'd like to learn more.
You gotta grab a gun. We gotta turn around the guns on this fascist system. These ICE agents gotta get shot and wiped out. The state machinery, that's a full display right there, has to get wiped out.
Shots fired, folks. And in Chicago, they found him. And he's been hit. The chaos erupted after the No Kings meetup where a Chicago college professor from Wilbur Wright College, he grabbed the mic and unleashed pure hate. He says, grab a gun, screaming to illegals, Democrats, liberals, telling them, turn those guns on the fascist system. ICE agents got to get wiped out, he said. Words like that don't just fade. They spark fire. The good news is the shooter's in custody. The injuries aren't life-threatening, and a full recovery is expected. But this is ridiculous. We mustn't ignore this poison pouring from our schools, inciting violence. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, dig into this and expose it. Stop it before it gets worse.
By the way, I'd be happy to answer the question about whether or not a high-ranking Democrat has used this rhetoric. Who is Kamala Harris?
I know. I want you to answer all the questions. I want you to answer all the questions
for you. Who is Kamala Harris?
Wait. Answer all the questions I just gave you. And can you name me when Kamala Harris said that Donald Trump is Hitler? When did Kamala Harris? Great.
Was Kamala Harris last year a high-ranking Democrat when she was?
When did Kamala Harris call Donald Trump Hitler?
October of 2024. Kamala Harris said on the campaign trail, Donald Trump vowed to be a dictator on day one. His former chief of staff said he wanted generals like Hitler's. Donald Trump openly admires dictators, including Adolf Hitler. Last October, that was said on the campaign trail from the Democrat.
Kamala Harris said this during the campaign, during the closing days of the campaign. It was her final campaign pitch. Is that high enough ranking for you? You guys, you supported her for president.
Exactly, because there have been reports
the person
that Donald
you
Trump
supported for president is someone
just relax,
who was campaigning by calling Trump Hitler.
Jack,
you're so disingenuous when you bring this stuff up. You can't even acknowledge the fact that your own candidate was on the campaign. She's got a video about it. It's on her Facebook, or it's on her Twitter page.
Let me offer one here, which is Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton literally compared Trump's rally in Ohio last week to Nazi leader Adolf Hitler's speeches. Speaking of the Texas Tribune Festival in Austin, she made reference to Hitler's speeches, which saw people raise their right arms in the air in the Nazi salute. I remember as a young student, trying to figure out how people basically got bought in by Hitler, she said. How did that happen? I'd watch newsreels and I'd see this guy standing there ranting and raving and so on. It happens all the time.
And let's not let Don Lemon slide. It's pieces of shit like him ranting on YouTube, fanning the flames of division with zero accountability who fuel this mess in America.
Black people, brown people of all stripes, whether you're an Indian American or a Mexican American or whoever you are, go out in your place where you live and get a gun legally, get a license to carry legally. Because when you have people knocking on your door and taking you away without due process as a citizen. Isn't that what the Second Amendment was written for? Go back and read what the Second Amendment says. And perhaps it will knock some sense in the heads of these people who are saying, well, it's all great. I don't believe they're doing it without due process. They're asking people for papers. They're not really beating people up. These people are doing things that are illegal. Nobody is illegal. It is a misdemeanor to cross the border.
News alert. This is video that we just have in from moments ago from Los Angeles. This is according to multiple ICE and Fox News sources. A U.S. Marshal and an illegal alien were both shot in L.A. this morning. It was during an immigration operation. Both at this time, we are told, have non-life-threatening injuries. Fox is told that federal agents surrounded and boxed in a target. That target then rammed federal vehicles in an attempt to escape. The feds fired their weapons. One U.S. Marshal was hit in his hand in what initially appears to be a bullet ricochet. The target criminal alien was hit in the elbow, we are told. Both expected to be okay, and they are at the hospital, and we are awaiting an update on that situation. All right.
Meanwhile, Washington is a pressure cooker right now. Day 21 of the government shutdown, federal workers unpaid, SNAP benefits on the brink of collapse, Capitol Police going hungry, and Senator John Fetterman's breaking ranks, slamming Democrats, leaving them for dead, for clinging to the filibuster they swore to destroy. And he asks about how they said we ran on killing it, and now they love it all of a sudden?
Your Republican colleagues have proposed nuking the filibuster to force the government to reopen. What do you?
Yeah, of course. Carve it out for that, absolutely. We ran on that. We ran on killing the filibuster, and now we love it. You know, it's like carve it out so we can move on.
Hypocrites. Lying ass, fake ass hypocrites. Fetterman, he's pushing the nuclear option, the N-word. Nuke the filibuster, fund the government, feed America. But will it pass, or will we spiral deeper into chaos? Welcome to the truth. Now let's start the show.
Let me ask you, you've talked about codifying Roe v. Wade. That would obviously require 60 votes in the Senate, a majority of the House. That's a big leap. We don't have that yet. If that's not possible to codify it in the House, what do you do?
I think we need to take a look at the filibuster, to be honest with you.
And so I would also emphasize that while the presidential election is extremely important and dispositive of where we go moving forward, it also is about what we need to do to hold on to the Senate and win seats in the House. That being said, I've been very clear. I think we should eliminate the filibuster for Roe, and we need and get us to the point where 51 votes would be what we need to actually put back in law the protections for reproductive freedom and for the ability of every person and every woman to make decisions about their own body and not have their government tell them what to do.
If you're turning 65 soon, or maybe you're already there, what's the one thing that keeps you up at night about Medicare? It's not just picking a plan. It's wading through a maze of options that could leave you paying hundreds more a year for coverage you don't even need. I talked to my aunt last month who's been on Medicare for years, and she confessed she'd been stuck in the wrong plan since day one, overpaying by $2,400 without even realizing it because the fine print was a nightmare. And get this, millions of seniors face the same trap every open enrollment, risking gaps in care or surprise bills that hit right when you need stability most. That's why discovering Chapter last year was a total game changer for her, and honestly, for anyone navigating this, because Chapter is a free advisory service that cuts through the confusion, helping seniors find the right Medicare plan tailored to their needs, their meds, their doctors, and budget. No sales pressure, just high quality, trusted guidance. They're trusted by thousands, with advisors who've helped folks save an average of $1,100 a year on premiums alone. Chapter does all the heavy lifting, comparing plans from all the major providers, spotting hidden fees, and even handling the enrollment paperwork so you don't have to spend weeks on hold with insurers. In my aunt's case, they reviewed her setup in under 30 minutes, over the phone and switched her to a plan that covered her arthritis meds fully, something her old one didn't. And what would have taken her days of research on her own, done, and simply and easily. And it's not just a one and done either. They check in yearly to keep things optimized as your needs change. If you're a senior feeling overwhelmed by Medicare or know someone who is, just give Chapter a quick call at 270-467-2426. That number again is 270-467-2426. They'll sort it out for you for free and no strings attached.